So what we're going to do today is compile our name using different typefaces. And we're going to do this in a way that kind of creates a self-portrait of us. And I've already made mine here, and I'm going to just show you really quick how I did this. I'm not going to go through the entire thing again because I think most of you have this down. But basically what I'm going to do is I created a new project, and on that project I used a different typeface. And again, these are typefaces that I already downloaded. You'll notice I changed the size here, and I didn't actually worry about the color because I'm going to show you how I did the color in just a second. So the way I did this is I would download my fonts, and again, I already downloaded a bunch of fonts already. And most of you have downloaded fonts as well if you're this far with me. So for example, I'm going to make the H, and then I'm going to actually make a new text box. I want these all as separate text boxes because it'll make life easier on me in the end. And we can combine them later. So I'm going to do this one, E. Again, make another text box. And I'm just going to spell out my name here. And again, you might notice, I don't like that one. So the way I like using the hollow forms or letters because I'm going to fill them in later. And again, don't worry about the size right now. We're going to mess with that later. And I'm actually going to stop with the G just so I can show you the next part. Okay. So what I did, the way I got from this to this, is the next thing I need to do is rasterize my layers. Remember, when they are a text layer, or type layer as they're called here, we need to rasterize them so we can actually manipulate them as a Photoshop or Photopea layer. So all I need to do that is two-finger click or right-click on the layer and click rasterize. And I'm going to go through each one of these and rasterize them. Now that they are rasterized, I can make sure to go to that layer and select it, just like we've done in the past. And I'm now able to free transform. So I can make it bigger, smaller, wider, or thinner. So I can make it all match. And again, if I feel like it's too wide, I can make it smaller. Now I'm also able to move the layers this way. And remember, each one's a layer, so they shouldn't affect each other. And that's why we'd always work in separate layers. And again, if you think the G is too small, we would just, again, free transform. Rotate it. And make it fit our sizing. Now, again, you can do this however you want, like that. Now, the way I changed the color, all I did for this is I used the magic wand, and then on the correct layer, I selected that area. So, for example, the G. I am then going to, if I can get to it, this thing's blocking me. Then I'm simply going to change the color. And then you could color it in with the tool here, the brush tool. You could use the paint bucket. It doesn't really matter. And there we go. Deselect. And then if I wanted to go to the D, I'm going to select the inside of that. And again, I like the slime color. We could use the paint bucket. And so forth. I'm going to go to the H. Select the area of the H. And that one looks like it may have selected the outside area. We'll find out in a second. Yep. So we'd have to go in a little closer with that one because we don't want it to look like that. So again, we could just use our navigator. And for some reason, the magic wand is making a selection on the outside of that one. So again, not sure why it's deciding to do that. It looks like it's a solid form. But again, if it is, it's no big deal. But that means if we hit it with the paint bucket, it would not work. And we would just fill that in. Okay. And that's basically how I got from this to this.